So this is Zeal Gaming. The website's officially here now. Today is a launch day, and today I also have something like some sort of special. And as you can see here, it's Battlefield 3. You can see here I'm going to go into options. You can see the graphics settings. This is my new graphics here. It's on all Ultra, that Ultra preset at 1600 by 900. This is the Radeon HD 6870 Flex Edition, just stock everything. And as you can see here, the game runs just really well, even on this really ultra setting. It's only about 30 frames per second, but I believe that's just because it was Fraps of course. I haven't set it to lock in at 30 frames per second, since that's what YouTube will be doing and my video editor will be doing and stuff. So it's at 30 frames per second most of the video. There are some weird glitches. I think that's more of a Fraps problem, but it dips down. It was as low as 10 frames per second. But that wasn't really a Fraps problem, since when I stopped the recording and started it back up again, it went back up to the normal frame rate, which is good. But this kind of shows that this graphics card, even though it isn't the recommended 6870 from the guys over at AMD, I mean 6950 that's been recommended for this game by EA, but it's not that 6950. Instead, this is a 6870, and it can run the game just fine. Although, if you want maybe 60 frames per second or better, then you probably better go with like the 6950. But I personally don't really mind the 30 to 40 frames per second actually, since when it wasn't recording, it was around 40 frames per second, which is pretty good for this game, which is just really amazing graphics and everything. And this graphics card, which isn't even, it was just under $200, or no, it was around that price tag. So the graphics card is really cheap for a graphics card, and it really just plays the game very, very well. And I'm not really the best. You can see there I died a few times getting over there. I don't really know what to do, and I do get into the game, and towards the end I'm doing fine, but towards the beginning I was kind of getting into the game and getting back used to it, since I was playing some other games before, playing the multiplayer of this game and stuff. And I'm still getting used to this graphics card, which is just amazing. But I was playing some games like Need for Speed World on this graphics card on all three monitors, which is like 4200 by 900 or something like that, some insane. It's whatever 3 times 1600 by 900 is, and it ran just fine. I was on all the max settings, all maxed out, and Need for Speed World, it ran 50 to 55 frames per second, just no problem at all, which is just pretty good for this graphics card. And my Windows rating for this graphics card is a 7.8, and that makes my total system score of 7.6 out of 7.9, which is pretty good. The thing that's slowing my system down is actually the CPU, which is the Core i5-2500K at 4.5 GHz. And then the memory is also lower, but of course I only have 4 gigs of memory in there right now. When I get my other 4 GB stick back in my system, and it's in dual channel and everything, that'll probably be a 7.9. Like it was before when I had 2 sticks. And then the CPU, I can probably overclock it a little more, but I have noticed that since they've had the graphics card in the system, it has bumped up the heat a little bit with the CPU. But I think I can move the fan, since they have the fan where the graphics card kind of is. So if I move the fan on my CPU heatsink, it'll probably lower the heat down a little bit. But it's still very cool temperatures on this CPU with all this setup. But so far the game is a whole lot better with this ultra graphic settings and the good frame rates, since before it was on the low settings, so it looks like on a console, and the frame rates are just terrible. But now I can actually play, and I can run and do all that without much lag, and I can do, it's just a lot better with the high graphics settings, I mean ultra graphic settings and everything. But this has to be one of the best looking games I've seen in a long time. I should have more gameplay of this game and more games, and actually we should at Zeal Studios be giving away a Dirt 3 coupon, or it's a free copy of Dirt 3. I ordered the game, I ordered the graphics card on Newegg, and I got 2 copies of Dirt 3. So I'll be giving away a coupon code to get a free copy of the game on Zeal Gaming at one point. And the thing that you have to do, we'll talk about it more, but I'm guessing we're gonna have you subscribe to the staff of ZL Gaming on YouTube, and then kind of maybe post a comment on our blog or something like that and share it to a friend or something like that. But that's kind of how we'll do the giveaway for this game. But it's kind of I haven't actually played Dirt 3, but I don't know how it's going to be like. But I'll have some gameplay videos of that along with this Battlefield 3 and many other games with this graphics card. Since gaming is just a lot better on this graphics card, I can max games out and record it, and I'll still have amazing frame rates, which will be a lot better to watch on YouTube. And then since ZL Gaming's live, they'll be all posted on ZL Gaming, and Isaiah Thorne and some other people will be posting gameplay videos as well on their YouTube channels, and it'll of course be sent through the blog and everything, so that's how it'll work. And we'll also have some news and other things on the blog. The blog is officially live now. It's starting up. We're working on a schedule right now to know when exactly we're going to post what and who's going to post what at certain times and that kind of stuff. But we're guessing we're going to do it every day. We're going to post at least one thing on the blog, and we'll try to improve that as the blog gets more successful, since it's just kind of a launch. And we are running ZL Studios at the same time, which we post 5 blog posts a day. So we had to kind of balance between the blogs, otherwise one will be getting, like ZL Studios, we don't want to get rid of it since it's very, very popular now, and it's a really good blog. For some reason, neighbor dogs always bark when I'm recording. I don't know if you can hear that, but you might. I'm not exactly sure. The audio doesn't have a whole lot of things. Audio level isn't showing a whole bunch. It's probably just the fan in the background. It's making more noise than the dog, but you can probably hear the dog. The gameplay's about halfway through now, a little bit. Well, yeah, about halfway through the gameplay right now, and I actually really like Battlefield 3. I haven't played a whole lot of multiplayer online yet. That's what I'm going to do next, since when I had the 6450, it was kind of unplayable on multiplayer. It was just lagging too much to actually be competitive and do what I wanted to do in the multiplayer. Well, in the campaign, you could actually kind of experience the lag. I'll have to test out the multiplayer and play it. I'm used to Call of Duty, and of course there's going to be Modern Warfare 3 coming out next week on Tuesday, on the 11th I believe, or somewhere around there. I don't know the specific, or 8th maybe? Yeah, I think it's the 8th of November. Modern Warfare 3 is going to come out, and then there I'll be doing a lot of multiplayer and the campaign too. And if you have any games you want to see on this YouTube channel or the other ZL Gaming YouTube channels, please comment anywhere on the blog or anywhere on this YouTube channel, and we'll be sure we read all our comments. We don't respond to them all, but we will read them, and we'll try to make gameplay videos of the games. We have a bunch of games on our computers and everything that we can play, and we can get games and stuff. So please suggest what you want to see. If you have any specific things in a specific game, like you want to see a certain mission on Battlefield 3. Or a specific mission on Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops or something like that, we'll try to make a gameplay video of it for you if you want one, and we'll try to make as many videos as we can doing exactly what you want to see. We can even make tutorials of things, and like how to choose a graphics card or something like that, but we kind of need suggestions, otherwise we'll keep posting gameplay videos like this. Since these are kind of easy to make, we just kind of record the video gameplay with fraps on our systems, and then we kind of open Audacity or another audio recording program, and while playing back the video, record the audio, which is a pretty good, easy thing to do. Then we just upload it to YouTube, write up a description, that kind of stuff, and it's online, everything. And I'm also working on a review of this graphics here, the 6870 from AMD, the Sappire Flex Edition, which is basically the big thing there. Is the Flex Edition actually allows you to have 3 monitor Infinity without as expensive, or they aren't really all that expensive anymore, they're like $20, but an active display port or mini display port to DVI adapter or whatever adapter you want. But I have 3 DVI monitors and not any DisplayPort monitors. I didn't want to upgrade my monitors, so this graphics card allows me to plug in 2 monitors using DVI native, then the other monitor using HDMI, which it comes with an HDMI to DVI monitor adapter, but I already had one, so I just used that. So now I have 3 monitors all plugged in, DVI, and HDMI, and I have 2 free DisplayPort adapters for any more monitors I want to add, but I'm probably going to stick with 3 for now, since I don't have enough room on the desk for more. I think I'm gonna actually experiment with the graphics settings on this game and see what settings you need for Eyefinity on this graphics card, and what settings you need for like 60 frames per second plus, or what settings you can get max. But I kind of know the settings max right now are the ultra settings. It'll run, but it's like 30 frames per second with fraps, or 40 frames per second without it, and it will dip down a little bit. Maybe like 30 frames per second, maybe at lowest, since there's some. Like most games will have some moments where there's a lot more action, which will like lower the frame rates a little bit. While other games, or while other times, it'll be kind of like not a whole lot of action. Like graphic settings there won't be a lot of change and everything, so the GPU doesn't have to do as much. It kind of lagged a little bit there. I don't know if that was fraps or the actual game, since a lot of times it's fraps that's causing these errors with the game. Since it has to, of course, it'll do things like split tracks and do all that stuff. Maybe the antivirus might be scanning it and doing all that kind of stuff in the background. But things like that happen with fraps when you're recording. But if it doesn't have fraps, which most people won't be recording all their gameplay like I do, then you shouldn't have any real problems with this, or at least not as many problems. But you can see that's some pretty good graphics there, building, falling, and everything. And there's a guy there, you can shoot him, another guy, and there's gonna be another guy after that. But I really like this game. It's pretty fun, at least the campaign so far. Multiplayer should be pretty good too, but from what I've seen, the maps are a whole lot bigger than on the normal Call of Duty games I've been playing for a while, so we'll have to see how getting used to that is. And this game does have quite a few glitches. You can see there, you have to press E, but it's not telling you to press E. If you press C, nothing happens. So this game still has a lot of glitches, but it is new. I think EA kind of rushed it and tried to get it out before Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 came out. But I think they'll probably release patches and things to fix some of these issues that I experienced in the game, and many others experienced in the game, and all that. But the gameplay is about over. There's a few more minutes left. And then once it's over, you can subscribe and go to zealstudios.net/gaming, and then eventually we'll publish more videos and everything on this game and many other games on zealstudios.net/gaming, and our YouTube channels. There's Liam Quaid on YouTube and Isaiah Thorne on YouTube, and then there is Cousin and DZ on YouTube for more tech updates and not the normal gaming stuff like this. Since we created these new channels for gaming, since I don't know if everyone who listens to the Cousin DZ channel wants to see these gaming videos, since they aren't really tech updates or anything, they're more just gameplay with commentary. So the gameplay's about up. This is kind of the end. It's pretty fun. You get to get on a Humvee and you get to shoot a turret out at some guys, and it's pretty fun. You can zoom in. The graphics again just look amazing on this game. They've been the best I've seen on any game. And this graphics here does a great job. The 6870 from AMD. I'm playing the back of the game. I haven't done any overclocking or anything. I might try that a little later. But since the game can run just fine on this graphics card, I probably don't need to overclock or anything like that. And then that's about it.